took the two best players from every NBA team and faced them off in a duo tournament. The Lakers and Bucks are the two highest rated teams, so they get a bye from round 1. But hopping right into round 1, we are starting with the Clippers duo of Kawhi Leonard and James Harden facing the Kings duo of Domantas Sabonis and DeMar DeRozan. Each of these games will go to 11 points, going up by 1s and 2s, and you have to win by 2 as well. The Kings started with the lead in this game, but the Clippers duo started raining down from 2. They ended up taking a 10-6 lead, and James Harden hit a fading 2-pointer to win the game 12-6. So the Clippers duo moves on to face the Lakers in round 2. Next up was the Nuggets duo of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray facing the Hornets duo of LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller was balling out for the Hornets. Surprisingly, he was the one carrying LaMelo, and for the Nuggets, Jokic just couldn't get anything going. He was missing a lot of shots, and the Hornets found themselves up 9-8. Hornets with a 1-point lead here. They can win it all on a 2-pointer. Let's see what they're gonna do. Brandon Miller driving on Jokic, and he dunks it on him as well. Nuggets need to score right here, or else it will be a huge upset. LaMelo Ball with the steal. Brandon Miller inside. Good D by Jokic. He gets the block. And LaMelo Ball with another steal, and LaMelo Ball with the layup. The Hornets upset the Nuggets. So the Hornets move on to round 2. Following them was the 76ers duo of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey versus the Rockets duo of Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson. Embiid absolutely dominated this game. He played great on both ends of the court, not allowing Şengün to get a single point. Embiid even hit a 2-pointer. Amen tried his best to carry his team, scoring 8 points, but with the 0 from Şengün, the 76ers won the game 11-8. And the 76ers will move on to round 2 to face the Hornets. Next, we have the Celtics duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown facing the new Wizards duo of Jordan Poole and Chris Middleton. The Wizards are the second worst rated duo in the entire game, and surprisingly, they kept the game close to start, but this didn't last too long. Jaylen realized he could get traded if he lost this matchup and started taking the game over. He finished the game with 11 points and hit a 2-pointer while getting fouled to win the game 12-6. The Celtics duo move on to round 2. Our next game was the Grizzlies duo of Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. facing the Pistons duo of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Both teams started the game by running out of bounds, but they improved from here, going back and forth scoring for the rest of the game until everything was tied up at 11. All right, Jaren Jackson gonna set a screen for Ja here. Ja pulling up, not a 2-pointer. He hits it anyways. Grizzlies with the advantage yet again. Ja Morant with a steal. All right, Jaren Jackson in the post now. Jaren Jackson fading, puts up the shot. He misses it. Cade Cunningham driving, gets it to Jalen Duren, loses the ball. We got a jump ball. I don't know what happens here. It's going to the Grizzlies. Okay, let's see what they do. Jaren Jackson driving inside. Tough shot. He misses it. Oh my gosh, they are choking it every time. Both teams have had so many opportunities to win. Cade pulling up. That's a tough shot. He greens it. Jaren with the screen. Ja driving with a massive poster. All right, so Grizzlies have the advantage yet again. Cade, oh my gosh, breaking Ja's ankles. He hits the shot. We're just going back and forth here. We need a winner. Jaren Jackson with the screen. Ja driving. Ja hits the layup. Duren runs out of bounds. What is he doing? Grizzlies with another opportunity to win it on this possession. I mean, they've got to do it this time, right? They've had so many chances at it. We got Jaren Jackson in the post against Jalen Duren, and he hits the layup. Finally, we have a winner. The Grizzlies win 15-13, and the Grizzlies duo is moving on to round number 2 to face off against the Celtics. Following them, we had the Mavs duo of Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving facing the Nets duo of Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas. This wasn't a fair matchup at all. The Mavs dominated all game, but near the end, the Nets made a bit of a comeback. Unfortunately for them, it happened too late, and the Mavs duo won 11-7, and the Mavs move on to round 2. Next up was the new Warriors duo of Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler facing the Pelicans duo of Zion Williamson and Trey Murphy. For some reason, Steph was guarding Zion all game, and obviously this didn't work out well for him. Zion is way bigger than Steph and was able to score easily in the paint every possession, but the Warriors duo was able to get buckets on offense. With one 2-pointer from Steph, the Warriors found themselves up 10-9. Game point for the Warriors. They can win it with any bucket right here. Jimmy Butler inside, pulls up, and that's a green to win the game 11-9. The Warriors are moving on to round number 2 to face off against the Dallas Mavericks duo. Our next match is the Magic duo of Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner facing the Pacers duo of Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam. Both the Magic players are 89 overalls and both the Pacers players are 88 overalls, so this should be a close match. But after taking an early lead from a Halliburton 2, the Pacers led the rest of the game, eventually winning 11-8, so the Pacers move on to face the Bucks in round 2. Next up is the Knicks duo of Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns versus the Jazz duo of Lauri Markkanen and John Collins. I expected the game to be a blowout with how much better the Knicks duo is, and while the game was close to start, Jalen Brunson cooked this game, scoring 9 points, and the Knicks won easily 11-7. So the Knicks duo moves on to round 2. Next, we have the new Spurs duo of Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox versus the new Raptors duo of Scottie Barnes and Brandon Ingram. As always, Wemby was unstoppable this game, but Scottie Barnes was also having a great game for the Raptors, scoring 7 points. He kept the game close, and the Spurs led 10-9. The Spurs can win the game right here. They're up by 1. Victor Wembanyama with the ball. Brandon Ingram covering him. The layup is good and 1. The Spurs win 11-9, and the Spurs duo will be moving on to round number 2 to face off against the Knicks. Unfortunately, my favorite team loses again. Next, we have the Suns duo of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker facing the Trailblazers duo of Anthony Simons and DeAndre Ayton. This Trailblazers duo is the worst rated duo in the NBA, but somehow they did the impossible and took a 9-6 lead over the Suns. After getting tied up at 9, the two teams just went back and forth scoring, showing off some of the worst defense I've ever seen, till eventually it was all tied up at 21. Devin Booker puts up a tough shot, he hits it. Another 1-point lead for the Suns. Can they get a stop though? Probably not. They've been playing some of the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. DeAndre Ayton to Simons, and they do get a stop. The Suns can win it with any bucket right here. Devin Booker driving to Durant. Durant with the dunk. Finally, the game is over. The Suns win 23-21, and the Suns will be moving on to round number 2. Next up is the Timberwolves duo of Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle facing the Hawks duo of Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. The Timberwolves did to the Hawks what the Suns should have done to the Trailblazers, getting the biggest blowout of the first round. The Timberwolves won 11-5, and the Timberwolves duo moves on to face the Suns in round 2. Next, we have the Thunder duo of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams facing the Bulls duo of Nikola Vucevic and Kobe White. Just like last game, this one was not close at all. The Thunder led the entire time, and we have a new biggest blowout of the first round with the Thunder winning 11-4, and the Thunder move on to round number 2. And the last game of round 1 was the Cavs duo of Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley facing the Heat duo of Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. This was yet another game that wasn't close at all. The Cavs led the entire time and ended up winning 11-6, so the Cavs duo move on to round 2 to face the Thunder. And we have made it into round number 2. Our first game is the new Lakers duo of LeBron James and Luka Doncic facing the Clippers duo. We got the Battle of LA, and the Lakers are the highest rated duo in the league with both players at a 96 overall, and they did not disappoint in their first game together. Both of them were unstoppable. Luka scored 4 points, LeBron scored 7 points. They led the entire game and won 11-8. So the Lakers will be the first team moving on to round 3. Next up is the 76ers facing the Hornets. Anyways, LaMelo Ball was unstoppable this game. He started off the game 6 for 6, and the two teams found themselves tied up at 9 points. They're all tied up at 9 points here. Tyrese Maxey inside, and he gets the layup. 76ers are on game point. If they get a stop here, they can win it on the next possession, but they have not been able to stop LaMelo Ball at all yet. Brandon Miller with a big dunk. I mean, Embiid should be able to score on Brandon Miller pretty easily, but Brandon Miller is D'ing him up right now. All right, back down to Embiid. Embiid with the fade. That's buckets. Brandon Miller driving on Embiid, and he dunks over Joel Embiid. Yo, Brandon Miller has been unstoppable in this tournament so far. All right, not sure what Embiid's doing. Driving on Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller with the block, and LaMelo with the layup. Hornets have the 1-point advantage now. Could we see another upset by the Hornets here? Tyrese Maxey driving. He loses the ball. LaMelo gets it. Pump fake. And LaMelo hits the layup. The Hornets with another upset right there. And they are moving on to round number 3 to face off against the Lakers. Next is the Celtics versus the Grizzlies. Just like last game, we had another great matchup here. It went back and forth all game, with Jason Tatum being the main scorer for the Celtics and Ja Morant being the main scorer for the Grizzlies. But the Celtics got a slight advantage, taking a 9-8 lead. The Celtics with the 1-point lead. Jason Tatum for the win, and he hits it. That was a crazy 2-pointer. The Celtics win 11-8, and they are moving on to round number 3. Next is the Mavericks facing the Warriors. The Mavericks started hot with Kyrie's offense and AD's defense. They managed to lead the entire game. Curry started to bring it back with a 2-pointer, but an AD block and layup gave the Mavs a 3-point lead. Curry answered back with a layup of his own, but on the next possession, AD hit a nasty pump fake to freeze Jimmy and give him a wide open layup. Mavs win 11-8 and move on to round 3 to face the Celtics. Next is the Bucks duo of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard versus the Pacers. Bucks are finally playing their first game. They are the second highest rated duo in the league. Despite being way higher rated than the Pacers, the game was really close, and surprisingly, it was the Pacers finding themselves up 9-8. Lillard driving on Halliburton. That's an easy layup for him. Lillard also with his takeover badge. A 2-pointer could win it for either team. Siakam driving inside. He hits the layup to take a 1-point lead for the Pacers. The Pacers can win it on their next possession. Lillard driving. Tough layup. He hits it. Will the Pacers go for the win or just go for another 1-pointer? Halliburton with a big dunk. Lillard gets it down to Giannis. Siakam right on him. Giannis misses the shot. Siakam with the board. The Pacers can get the upset right here. Siakam driving. Siakam with the dunk. And we have yet another upset with the Pacers beating the Bucks. And the Pacers are moving on to round number 3. Next up is the Knicks facing the Spurs. These two teams match up very well. Point guard on point guard and center on center. But the game was not close at all. The Knicks weren't able to get into a rhythm at all, breaking shot after shot. And they also couldn't stop Fox or Wemby. Fox led the Spurs with 7 points. And the Spurs won 11-6. So the Spurs move on to face the Pacers in round 3. Next, we have the Suns facing the Timberwolves, and we're back to the close games here. The two teams just went back and forth all game. Anthony Edwards would score with ease on Devin Booker. Then Kevin Durant would come right back with a bucket of his own, scoring easily on Julius Randle. This led to everything being tied up at 15. It's literally just Ant scores with ease, and then Durant scores with ease every single possession. Anthony Edwards for the win. He hits the 2-pointer. The Timberwolves upset the Suns, and the Timberwolves are moving on to round number 3. On to the final game of round 2. We have the Thunder facing the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell was lights out to start this game, starting off 5 for 5. He gave the Cavs a 7-2 lead, and the Cavs kept this lead for most of the game. The Thunder just couldn't get past the Cavs defense. They managed to cut the lead down to 2 points near the end of the game, but it was too late, and the Cavs ended up winning 11-8. So the Cavs move on to round 3 to face the Timberwolves. Making our way to round 3 now, we are starting off with the Lakers versus the Hornets. The Lakers were the one to finally bring the Hornets duo back down to earth. LeBron and Luka cooked them. It wasn't close at all, giving us a massive blowout 12-4 win for the Lakers, and they are our first team to move on to the semifinals. Next, we had the Celtics facing the Mavs, and both these duos have the exact same player ratings, but since the Celtics have a better record in real life, they got the home court advantage, and this was a great game. Things started really close with the teams going back and forth scoring, but the Mavs started to pull ahead and found themselves up 9-7. Mavs up by 2 points right here. If they score here, this will be massive for them. Kyrie. Screen from Anthony Davis here. Kyrie driving. That's a tough layup, and he hits it anyways. The Mavs with a 3-point lead now. Celtics, this is a must-score possession right here. Trying to break AD's ankles. AD is locking up Tatum right now. AD with the block, but it goes out of bounds. Celtics have another opportunity to score here. Tatum with the crossover. Inside, tough shot. He hits it anyways. The Mavericks can win on this possession right here, though. Kyrie in the post against Jaylen Brown. Anthony Davis with the screen. Kyrie. It's an offensive 3-second violation. Jaylen to Tatum, and Tatum with the open dunk. Lead cut down to 1. Celtics need another stop here. Anthony Davis with the spin move, driving inside. That's a tough shot. It's no good. Tatum with the rebound. The Celtics can tie it all up here. Tatum from 2 to take the lead. He greens it. And the Celtics with the 1-point advantage now. What a swing of events. All right, Anthony Davis gonna post up against Tatum. Fades away, hits the shot. Tatum in the post against AD. Tatum hits the shot over Anthony Davis. Celtics with another 1-point lead. Okay, Anthony Davis, I didn't know he could dribble like this. Anthony Davis fading, and he hits another post shot. Jaylen Brown driving on Kyrie. That's a tough shot. He misses it. And Anthony Davis somehow gets the rebound there. So the Mavs can win it on a 2 here. Kyrie not going to take it. Going to drive inside for the easy layup. And the Mavs with another 1-point advantage. Both the Mavs player with their takeover badge. Tatum with the screen. Jaylen Brown from 2. Jaylen Brown misses the 2-pointer. That would have gave them the 1-point lead. Mavs have another opportunity to win here. They really just got to run the pick and roll. Kyrie driving. The layup is good. And the Mavericks defeat the Celtics. The Mavericks are moving on to the semifinals to face off against the Lakers. Our next game, we have the Spurs facing the Pacers, and we are back to the blowouts here. While the Pacers were the first team to score, the Spurs cooked them for the rest of the game, specifically De'Aaron Fox, who scored 10 points. The Spurs won 11-6, and they move on to the semifinals of the tournament. The final game of round 3 is the Cavs versus the Timberwolves. This game was close to start, with the Cavs taking a 6-5 lead. From here, the Cavs took over the game though, more specifically Donovan Mitchell, who ended up with 9 points this game. The Cavs won 11-7, and they move on to the semis to face the Spurs. And into the semifinals now, just 4 teams remain. We're starting off with the Lakers versus the Mavs. Of course, the big trade of the season, Luka for AD. Let's see which team will win. Unfortunately, this game wasn't close at all. Luka showed why this trade makes absolutely no sense by completely cooking this game. He ended up scoring 6 points along with the game winner, leading the Lakers to the biggest blowout of the video, winning 11-3, and the Lakers are moving on to the finals. For our other semifinals match, we have the Spurs facing the Cavs. This game was close to start. The two teams went back and forth scoring, with Donovan Mitchell scoring at ease and Evan Mobley's elite defense. The Cavs started to pull away, taking a 9-6 lead. The Spurs need a bucket right here. They've had a lot of bad offensive possessions. De'Aaron Fox inside hits that layup. The goal is to try to keep away from Wemby when you're in the paint. And Donovan Mitchell hits the shot. 3-point lead for the Cavs now. They are on game point. The Spurs need a bucket badly right here. Wemby driving on Mobley. In the post again. Nice spin move. He hits that layup. Again, the Cavs can win it right here. Mobley with the screen. Donovan Mitchell pulling up from 2 again. This time he drains it. And the Cavs win 12-8. A little bit of an upset, but they are moving on to the finals to face off against the Lakers. And we're getting right into the finals. The Lakers are the highest rated duo in the game. The Cavs, the 11th highest rated duo in the game. Despite the drastic difference in overalls, the Cavs were the team to start hot, taking a 9-6 lead over the Lakers. This is a big possession for the Lakers. It is not looking good for them at all. The Cavs, the first team to even give them a challenge, and they are cooking them. Luka from 3. It's no good. Evan Mobley. LeBron covering him. That's a tough shot. LeBron with the block. Luka with the rebound. LeBron in the post against Mobley now. Puts up a tough shot. I don't know what that was. That was terrible. Evan Mobley driving on LeBron. LeBron D'ing him up though. LeBron with the clamps. Gets the steal and the dunk. Lead cut down to 2. Lakers need another stop here if they want a chance at winning, because once you're on game point, LeBron with another steal. And LeBron misses the layup. Oh, the Lakers are choking so bad right now. But then again, so are the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell from 2 for the win. It is no good. The Lakers still have a chance. Luka with Donovan Mitchell on him. Luka getting around Mitchell. That's a tough layup. He hits it. Lead cut down to just 1 point now. Donovan Mitchell with the crossover. Luka not the greatest defender. Donovan Mitchell inside through the legs dunk. And the Cavs with a 2-point lead on game point. A 3-pointer would be huge for the Lakers here. Luka just broke Donovan Mitchell's ankles. Luka with the fade in the post. That's a bucket. But now the Lakers need a stop. The Cavs can win it all right here. Can they do it? Mitchell in the post, backing down Luka. Can't get anywhere. And Luka with the steal right there. And the layup. We are tied up at 10. The Lakers have made the comeback. Who will win the game now, though? Mobley driving on LeBron. That's a tough shot. It's blocked. Mitchell with the screen. Mitchell from 2 for the win. It's no good. LeBron with the rebound. Lakers can win it on a 2 here. Not sure what they're going to do. Luka posts up against Mitchell. Luka fading. Tough shot. Is no good either. All right, Luka D'ing up right now. Luka locking up Mitchell. I wish you could make the shot clock shorter, because 40 seconds is ridiculous. Mitchell again trying to work on Luka. Can he get around him? That's a tough shot. And it's no good. Luka with the board. Again, the Lakers can take a lead or win the game with a two-pointer here. Let's see what they opt up to do. LeBron in the post against Mobley. LeBron misses that shot. That was a bad shot. Mobley with the rebound. And then Luka with the steal. LeBron with a massive dunk. And the Lakers take the 1-point lead. Cavs in a must-score situation now. Donovan Mitchell against Luka. LeBron with the steal to Luka. And Luka hits the layup. The Lakers win it all 12-10. They are our NBA duo champions. They were the #1 seed going into this. 2K thinks they're the best duo in the NBA. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.